Welcome to a continuing episode of Chicken and the Fat Lady, where facts are currency and common sense is a commodity. I am
All
the Fat
right.
Lady.
And I am chicken. Uh,
Okay.
all right. So, following back up, so we're ending off on Norman Wells last time. And about uh these men, if they're men, they're old enough. Some of them are even college. I'm not going to call them boys because the words you choose help affect the narrative,
Oh,
right?
yes, absolutely.
So these men who my big thing that I was going to say because I was getting so angry about is like so many of you while you're going after vilifying Nolan's mother and this, that, and the third. So many of you have loudly multiple times claimed that Nolan was like a brother to you. You guys were family. You knew him since grade school. Let me tell you something. I got a homeboy down in Florida, right? If there was some sort of situation that put me in a messed up thing and you were asking him for answers, I guarantee you, you know, uh, he's not going to be like Chicken's mom. What's she talking about? Why she want answers from me? He's up saying, dude, I consider him a brother. He's not going to do that. How are you going to call someone your brother and then go after your quote unquote brother's family
Your
for
brother's
trying to
mother.
your mother? Uh, on this stuff. That's and obviously we know it's a lie to it's the words they're using to control the narrative. Because again, she says that she doesn't really know a bunch of these boys and what they mean about knowing him since grade school and super close, um, and all that. On top of all of the fabricated stories that we've talked about before. So, to just to recap, my thoughts on it is you did something. You did something. I think I'm even past the part of you know something. I think you had a hand in something. I'm going back off of what we said about how it's very much like the Stephen Avery thing. Instead of a whole town after him, it was a select few people who just didn't like who he was or or the leader that he was because of the color of his skin, right? They would have supported everything he stood for and this, that, and the third if he was a little white kid. But because he was black, someone did something. Someone set up certain situations, this, that, and the third. This feels to me still in the realms of a hate crime or premeditated. That's
I'm
just
still not there.
you're still
I'm
not
still
there.
not
That's
there. I'm
fine.
still not there. Yep.
It's well documented.
Yeah.
So when the Gestapo come for me, you'll be
I
safe.
will. Look, dude, I will give you the files. I'll give you as many files as I need to get you. We were going to get you out of that prison. For me, I think it's just because they could. I think it's okay. I think that he's just an acceptable casualty. I don't think there was anything premeditated. I think something happened. I'm not sure if there was a disagreement and an argument. Again, I'm not sure if he was drunk and fell overboard, someone pushed him overboard, his head got gashed by a propeller, and that could have been gashed on purpose by the propeller. I don't know. All I'm saying is, and I don't think they think it was a prop gash, but he was hit by something back there. So if he was in the water, that's what I'm thinking could have hit his head. But
I mean, I'm past even the realm of it
yeah.
being an accident because
No,
if it
I
was an
know. I
accident, it would
understand.
go,
No, dude,
No, I'm not
I
saying,
totally I totally get where you're coming from.
yeah,
I'm just saying that in my heart of hearts, in my opinion, do I think there was an accident? No. Do I think there
yeah,
was something premeditated? No. Do I
okay,
think that there
yeah.
was an altercation that happened? Absolutely. Do I think that it was over possibly a female? Absolutely. Um, but I'm also not sure that that female exists because she hasn't been produced yet. But there was a female talking in that cleaned up audio that was released by that
Yeah.
forensic audiologist. So, yeah, I think that they dumped his body. Either way, they dumped his body. And that's just my opinion. I have no facts behind that other than my opinion. This is just my speculation.
Yeah.
I can't say it's true or not, but I too, like you, could not be selected to be on that jury because I would actually show up
And pretend not to be impartial and be
and
like, nah.
pretend not to be impartial. Absolutely. Oh, I've had this great, fantastic change of heart. Clearly, I can't because it's on the internet now.
Right.
But yeah, I could not be impartial on that jury. No.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
mean, we're, as always, we'll keep up to date with all of them and check in every now and then should anything change or infuriate us more about how it's being handled. Um
Absolutely.
uh, switching to another uh white man. I didn't say this over the phone with you just a few minutes ago, but when you sent me the text about it hurts me every time I say this motherfucker's internet name. Um, it's Chud the Builder. I can't for the fucking life of me. It's it, it,
Well,
it's Dalton Etherly is his name. Dalton Levi Etherly. Chud the
thank you.
Builder is
Thank you.
he's out on bond. If anybody has been following it, so Chud the Builder is a known internet personality, um, hyper racist instigator of
Provocateur
yeah,
thinks he's somebody special.
hyper instigator,
Member
especially
of the
against
inadequate crew.
yeah,
Hmm.
especially against black people. It's been well documented. He's told on himself multiple times because he fucking films everything, as these dumb internet people do. For the older crowd, when you're looking up Chud the Builder, also look up the name Jack Doherty because you will understand the stupidity of the younger generation of like the younger Gen Zs into the Gen Alphas, these social media influencers who are doing anything to be, like you said, a provocateur. But Chud the
Hmm.
Builder is out on bond for a case where he shot, I believe it was a Latino man. I don't think it was a black dude. It might have been mixed, but it
I'm not
was.
sure, to be honest. Yeah. I thought it was a
Yeah,
black dude, but I'm not sure.
I do know that because he's had a series of legal issues. I do know that outside of a
Yes.
club, he had gotten into an altercation with a black dude because he was calling saying the N word and calling him a monkey and calling
Yep.
black people
Yep.
monkeys in general.
Yep.
But he's out on an $1 million bond
Hmm.
from him having shot a person outside of a courthouse on the date of another court appearance that he was going to. So he skipped a restaurant bill of like $400 to $600 some time ago in Tennessee, probably like
And filmed it,
and filmed it
live
and
streamed
filmed
it.
it. The restaurant told him that he couldn't film. He was being uppity, didn't want to listen to them. So he was like, y'all need to get out. And he was like, are we paying the bill or are we getting kicked out? And it's like, well, you got to do both, bro.
Yep.
You can't just skip the bill.
No.
You've eaten and then you've
Yep.
decided not to adhere to our rules. So he was that morning, going to be at a hearing for that.
Yep.
Um, and got into some sort of altercation with
But
another
how do you bring a gun into a courthouse for a hearing? That's what I'm trying to figure out because you have to pass through a metal
because you're
detector.
an influencer and you're white and your name
Like,
is
what was
Chud the
he
Builder.
thinking? Like, he totally was not. Did he think he was going to get through the metal detector at the courthouse with that?
100%,
Truthfully,
100%,
I never even had that thought until
100%,
just fucking now. I never even
100%.
had that thought until just
Well,
now. I'm like,
everyone's been
what
having
was he
that thought.
thinking?
Everyone's was like, how are you at a courthouse with a gun on you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's claiming self-defense. So separate from the restaurant case and the altercation with the black dude outside the club,
But you can't
Um,
antagonize someone and then claim self-defense. But
he's
yep, go
claiming
ahead.
self-defense on the person that he shot because he was also shot. Now there was no gun on the other person, so Chud obviously at some point shot himself in the altercation, but he's claiming self-defense. And when the judge had set the bond at $1 million, a bunch of people were trying to go do a GoFundMe page, and the judge was like, "Oh no, we don't play that shit here. No funds from a GoFundMe page can be used for your bond to bail you out before your court hearing." Since then, it was just a couple days, and I think he was in jail for 2 months,
Yeah, 2 or 3 months. Yep.
3 months. And just the other day, he bonded out after calling, I think, 7 or 8 different bondsmen all together to bail him out. Um, but I mean, he's going to have to stand before a grand jury, and it's. I mean, he's an idiot because he's noted this, and they can even get him on potential premeditated uh murder charges. Not specifically for him, it'd probably be something like second-degree murder because
I think it's second degree.
he filmed just like 3 days ago. Man, I'm really just itching to kill one of these monkeys.
Yeah. Yep. And not worry about it because it can be justified.
Right.
Don't worry
So
about it because it can be
he's
justified.
looking to be instigated. That's why I'm like, because I think I was watching another video about the degrees of murder, and I think it can technically be put in the category of first degree murder because there's like a
Oh, there
thin
could be some
there's a
semblance of
thinner time. The
premeditation.
timeline
Yeah.
the timeline doesn't have to be super long premeditated.
Okay.
You
Okay.
can, there's a
Right.
certain threshold where you cross from second degree to first degree, and it's a lot thinner than most
Okay.
people think because you can think for about 5 minutes if that dude pissed him off. You can think for about
Yeah.
5 minutes and go, you know what? No, I'm gonna fucking kill him. And that's technically not a crime of passion, second degree murder. That can be
Yeah.
premeditated first degree murder. So that I think
Oh,
they're in that weird space
okay.
where the prosecution can push,
Because he
right? Because
made that post about it.
yeah. So I think best, or I
Draw
guess you're
snitching,
right.
draw snitching. Yeah.
I think the best case scenario for him, the worst case scenario for society, is if all of his charges stick, he'd get about 50 years. The best case scenario for if all the charges stick and the judge is like, "Now we're going to put you under the jail." I mean, it's basically life, you
I mean,
know.
if that's his trial judge, yeah, if that's
But
his
that's not
trial
all
judge
one
and he does
case.
the
Like I think this
sentencing,
one for shooting the dude
no,
is like
yeah,
up to 20. I think the restaurant holds like maybe like a year jail. The altercation with
yeah,
the
but
brother
there's
man.
something else in yes, in Texas. That one is one where he was banned from Texas
Yeah.
and not allowed to come back into the state until his court date.
Well, and the judge can take into account your arrest record and your past and things
Exactly.
like remorse and whatnot. So you can be piled on. Um, so I mean, good. I mean, good. Especially in a world where we're in the same world where we're seeing the all the men here lawyering up against Nolan Wells and his
Right.
mother. It's good to see that some shit is happening to a white boy who thinks he's untouchable
Yeah.
in a similar vein, who's a racist and a bigot.
Yeah.
So
He's just stupid because he's honestly, he was just setting himself up to get off. Truly, he's just setting himself up to get off because he's going to fuck with a brother who has a piece and who knows how to actually use it. And
yeah,
he's going to be nullified.
well, because the
Just like
only
the Jake Lang little bitch,
yeah,
Jake Lang.
who showed up
Oh my
at
God.
Chud's hearing and got thrown up. Now, I mean, a bunch of the altercations that Chud
Bitch.
had gotten into with black people ended because after he instigated it, he let them know visually that he had a piece on him. what pussy shit is that? If you're going to instigate and try to fight a motherfucker, if you're gonna be racist, put your hands up.
Yeah,
Don't hide behind you.
it's the
Like if you're
great.
a big, if you're
Yeah,
a big man, if you're as you say you are, right? If monkeys
his
should
name
be
is
afraid of you,
Dalton. Yeah,
right? If
yeah,
monkeys should be afraid of you, because you're Billy Badass over here,
yeah,
Dalton, um, don't walk around with a piece. That
yeah.
Jack Doherty kid that I was talking about, he does similar. He's not necessarily in the race category of doing fucked up shit, but he messes with people. But he has a security detail with them, so that
Oh,
if
of
someone tries
course,
to fight him back, his
of
security guy, which
course.
funnily enough is a black dude, is his main security dude,
Oh, of course,
has to
of
come
course,
into his protection,
of course.
right?
Those are the people I question why they work for them. Those are the people I question why they work for them. Because you know what? You do security, you can do security for anybody else.
Yeah,
He can find white people to do security for him.
yeah,
I don't, that for me, that is because look, the private security, y'all are making bank.
yeah.
Private security is making bank.
Making serious money.
You
Yeah,
can go and you can find someone else to protect other than a piece of shit who thinks that you are absolutely beneath him.
yeah.
So yeah, I have no empathy or sympathy for those people. I don't have a care about those people who sell themselves out in that manner. Yeah.
So, so yeah, just some legal stuff. Um, on that. Our America's favorite baby boy. Well, before we get to America's favorite baby boy, let's get to America's most hated but loved baby boy, and his sister, uh, Darlene Graham,
Oh,
who the stupid words that came out of her mouth
amen.
were were you know, I'm not just being handed this position, I'm
Yeah.
a qualified individual.
Yeah.
And there's a caption. I don't know if it's a real community note on Twitter, but there's a caption that says she is literally being handed this position.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. She was
She's
literally handed it. Yep.
she's being put ahead of an actual election of any kind, and
And
she's
she
just being
dropped her
thrown
married
in.
name. She dropped her married name.
Dropped her
So
married
she's
name.
only going by Graham now.
She was she was the head of I think the blind and disabled, some committee in the blind and disabled of the state. That's what she was doing for. I think it was from. I think for the past 8 years she was doing that. I think it was 2018 to till now that she's been appointed to Lindsey Graham's spot. But I mean, um, like again, I think I've said this before when we were talking about Lindsey Graham, but I'm like, maybe I was talking to my homeboy in Florida, but I was like, if if your husband dies, my dad, you are not going to then be appointed to his position at the place he works. That
Nope.
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Nope.
That's not how any of that
Nope.
works. And you're especially, and I know it's because Trump endorsed her and whatnot, and so it's a nice. She's like, I'm not a nepo baby, or but you're like you're
I'm
being
a
super
good
inept.
conservative Christian. I'm like my guns. She said
You're
all that. And she believes in life, but she believes in shooting that life. So,
yeah,
yeah.
super nepo babied up, right?
Yeah.
That's not how that works. That may have been back, you know, in medieval times where if your dad gets killed, then I got to come and fight in the war in the army and take his spot or some shit. Doesn't
Isn't that
matter
a
if
little
I
bit of
worked.
a like a monarchist kind of thing, like a monarchy, right? You appoint someone in the family to a position of power once that person dies. It does feel a little.
Well, hold on. We don't have a monarchy. We don't have a king. What are you talking about?
Well, yeah. I'm not sure about that because little Lord Fauntleroy is sitting in the White House right now.
What are you
So,
talking? Those no kings
um,
rallies were so stupid because
yeah,
we don't have a king. He's
yeah,
literally a
right,
president. Um,
yeah.
President in
Oh,
name only.
those were
Um,
magical. Yeah.
so yeah, America's second favorite boy to laugh at, sister, is just as deplorable and as stupid as her dead brother. So, but back to America's favorite boy, Mitch. Mitch is alive and well outside of the hospital. Um, except no one has proof. Any of the photos that you're seeing right now are repurposed photos from either August of last year or April earlier this year. None of the photos that are out that they're trying to comport as uh, current is what he's doing are
And today is the
accurate.
deadline. Today is the deadline. August 13th was the deadline for them
Yeah,
to be able to declare a special election. So tomorrow we'll find out that Mitchie Boy is a vegetable.
yeah. So and this was obviously done as a tweet.
Friday release
This
too.
was
So that'll be a great, yep, a Friday.
yeah.
Everybody will, yep.
This was a tweet that was released. So there's no photo evidence, there's no medical evidence, there's nothing,
Yeah,
right?
video. I want video. I want him talking on video.
Right. I mean, if I was able to take, and also he hasn't voted on anything. So if I can't leave my work for a month and a half, 2 months, and still get paid and come back and still have my job. Most Americans can't do that,
So did
regardless of
a
if it was
congressman
medical
from New
emergency or
Jersey. So did the guy from New Jersey. The guy from New
whether.
Jersey went MIA for 4 months,
Yeah,
wouldn't say where he was, and he was in a mental health facility.
yeah.
You know what? I'm glad that you're seeking help. I'm glad that you have the health care to be able to seek that help. But
But you
most
don't have a job
Americans would have lost their jobs
within a day on a lot of places, within a week at
within a
most.
wink. And well, truly, in some situations, you can probably get up to 90 days, but that's
Right.
about all you're gonna get.
And
Yeah.
that's with a medical, probably an
And
excuse.
that's well, and that's also you're pretty high up amongst that the rungs on those
Yeah.
ladders. Yes.
Yeah. If you're working the shift at the warehouse or McDonald's or whatnot,
Yeah, not
they're
happening. You got
probably
72 hours. Yeah.
right. Yeah. And then
Yeah.
that's it. They're
Yeah.
like, all right, you've been terminated, boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
So the privilege, it's a modern medical miracle that we haven't seen since Jesus risen on the third day, that Mitch is alive and well. So he's dead.
Yes.
He is dead. Like with the boys, or excuse me, the men accused in Nolan Wells case being guilty until proven innocent. Mitch is dead until proven alive.
Yeah,
And
I don't
even
know
and
that
even
he's that,
then,
but
I mean, like, you can't weaken at Bernie's him. You can't throw on some cool
yeah.
sunshades and put a stick in his ass and, like
I
prop him
think he
around like
might
a
have a
puppet.
life, but I don't think that he has mind.
He's virtually dead. Virtually
Yeah.
dead.
Well, he
Um,
probably is, you know, by
ostensibly.
most standards. Yeah.
The main thing is ostensibly the election and all that shit should have happened a long time ago.
Yes. Yes.
And even before that, Mitch and everyone else who's had like 30 plus years of
Yeah.
their career in office should not have 30 plus years career in office. That's like the main thing is term limits,
Well,
right?
and people in
Uh,
Kentucky need to really look at who's been in charge there in Kentucky as well, because Mitch McConnell has been there for like 40 years. And
he's been in office at some capacity for 40 fucking
yeah,
years,
yeah. So your lives have not gotten better, but Mitch's life has gotten a whole lot better.
which
Mitch can
is
afford all of the care that he needs in his vegetative state. Someone will be wiping his ass and bathing him, and he'll have
exactly,
round the clock care until he does finally bite the bullet. Where
exactly,
you will be doing that for your Meemaw and whoever else, and your children will do it for you, and their children will do it for them, and so on and so forth. Because we continue to think that these white politicians are going to do right by us. We continue to degrade everyone else. And again, for me, socialism doesn't sound so bad. Socialism sounds like it's saving people's lives and not taking them. So, but I do want to say about Miss Darlene Graham,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
she has got a whole lot of spunk thinking that she is something to be doing something for South Carolina. And the only reason she got the vote that she got was because of Miss Lindsay. And now I'm going to say this about Miss Lindsay, Lady G, as Jen Welch would call her. I love it. Lady G did do something very incredible. Both of their parents had died, and he did take his sister. He adopted her and he raised her until she became an adult. He made sure that she was taken care of and did all those things. That's a very noble thing to do. However, Miss Lindsay was gleeful at the murdering of women and children just because they worshiped a different God than he does, when it's all really just the same fucking God anyway.
I mean, I wouldn't even necessarily give him props because as a brother, I would think that's what you're supposed to do. Supposed to take care of
Well, I
your
would think
sibling.
that's what you're supposed to do, but
You know,
you don't always
I'm not
have
going to
to,
give you.
you
I mean,
know.
yeah, and for sure, but I'm not going to give you a cookie for something. You know,
I'm
I'm
going
not
to
going
give him
to.
his flowers for that. I'm going to, because he was a young man, and I'm going to give him his flowers, and he was a young gay man. Um,
He was closeted. But like, I'm not gonna give him just how like an example of if a parent screams out like, "Hey man, I take care of my kids," like you're not getting a cookie. That's what you're
no, you're
supposed to do.
supposed to do it. Yes,
So
yes,
that's how I feel
yeah.
about that situation. It's like,
No,
well, I
I
guess it
get
was
you.
good, but
I
like,
do.
motherfucker, you want props for a thing that you're
I do
already you
understand
want
that.
you want extra pay for the job that you already are
He
in.
should, yes, he absolutely should do that, but everyone is not raised in that manner. So I will give him
Sure,
those flowers.
sure,
Um, but yes, it is the same adage that men get praised for being able to do their daughter's hair when women are just shit on and they have to do it every day, and dad takes
right,
over for one day and all of a sudden
yeah.
he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. No, he should be able to do it. Look, no one is cleaner than the child of two gay men. No one is cleaner. No one goes to school more put together, more
Right.
coordinated, more fashionable than a child of two gay men. So, yeah, we need to stop giving dads props for doing the bare minimum for their children.
Are doing what they're, or for their family, like cooking
Yeah,
or cleaning or whatnot, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
So set
You
the
need
bar
to be
higher,
able to do that
kids.
shit. Yeah, exactly. All right.
Um, but
What's next?
back to your thing about, because it was a great segue about who's been in power in
Mm,
South Carolina, right?
yep.
And all the socialism things, right? It's a great segue to talk about Mr. Raphael Edward Cruz. Now, if you're not
Mm.
familiar with the name Raphael Edward Cruz, that is what Ted Cruz forgets is his real name. It's Raphael.
Junior, I believe. He's junior.
Is it a junior? I did
I
not
think
see that
he's
come up.
junior because I think his daddy
Uh,
is Raphael.
it does not say, but that would be even better. All
I
that
do
to
think
say, I
so.
mean, he's, a son of an immigrant, right?
Whose
And
daughters hate him.
right.
That's not
I'm gonna,
alleged. She said so.
and I'm going to read a thread here about a comment he made and then someone's response. So this is Mr. Raphael who said, the communists taking over the Democratic Party want the president and the Supreme Court to report to the House of Representatives. That means no free speech, no religious liberty, no Second Amendment, because the Polito Bureau, can take away your rights. The response from someone below says, the Latino from Canada who purposely goes by Ted because he knows the Texas white supremacist wouldn't vote for Rafael Cruz is claiming the communists are taking over. Uh,
Exactly. Because the other night, Amir Hassan got his ass handed to him when he was Donald Trump's choice pick, and
right.
he lost out to a guy named Tim Smith, I believe.
Yep.
So, due to the racism that the Republican Party strokes, that's exactly why Raphael Edward Cruz goes by Ted.
And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love more and more of these names being elected that are quote unquote not American.
Yeah,
They're not white is what they are.
right,
But
right.
um, um Abdul Al Sayed, which is even his full name. He's
Well,
like, you
look,
can call me Abdul
yeah,
because
but that's
he has a
great too
full long name.
because
I love it.
that says something too about Americanism as well. Because
Yeah.
on Truth Social, Donald Trump's,
Right.
Donald Trump's social media site, right? So he posted that racist bullshit ass picture of him and Melania and Abdul and his wife talking
Yeah.
about who's more American. Well, who's more American? Abdul and his wife, because they were both fucking born here.
They were born here.
Melania is a soft core whore from Serbia that you paid
Yep.
for and then propped her up as our first lady. You
Yep.
have four anchor baby children. Four
You've cheated
anchor
on
baby
every
children.
single one of your wives.
Wives with the next wife, and then you cheated on those wives with other people, prostitutes, porn stars. Hi, Stormy. All of these people. So, it's said that there are other illegitimate Trump children out there.
Right.
I'm sure there are because that DNA is strong. We have to start looking at him because I saw, oh boy, a lot of his grandchildren look like him. And that's all I'm going to say because I think some of them
I
are
mean,
underage. I
even
don't want
what
to
was
talk about them.
what's that author? What's her name? It wasn't Laura Trump, was it? It's like it's like his great niece or something who fucking hates
No,
him.
that's Mary Trump. Mary Trump.
Mary.
Laura
Mary, that's what
Laura
it's
is Eric's wife. Laura
that's
has
what
been
yeah.
completely, she's been soft cored from head to toe as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
They
yeah. No,
call it
no, no. Yeah.
Mar-a-Lago, but yeah,
Mary. Even Mary, and she fucking hates him too.
she hates him
Even
so
even
much.
Mary, you can see the family resemblance. Like it runs,
Yeah,
it
yeah,
runs
it's
pretty
deep.
hard.
It is deep.
Um,
Yes. And Don
so
Jr. and Ivanka, oh, ugh, very
yeah.
strongly look like him. Yes.
So um don't let these white adjacent motherfuckers on top of you don't want the corporate Democrats to badmouth socialism. Don't let these white adjacent motherfuckers like Marco Rubio as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Um,
He has
you
got the
know,
longest ears ever. Like every time I see him talk, I just can't stop looking at his ears because I swear that they've grown at least 3 inches in the last 2 years. Um, I know it's a little thing, it's a whatever, it's not important about anything, but I can't not look at his ears. They look like they've been sewn on.
yeah.
Um,
But don't and before we move on and before we wrap up here, um, don't for all the people who are coming after me and may say that like I'm sounding maybe racist by calling out like either saying the thing I said on the last episode about Latinos or being very heavy about saying Marco Rubio or Rafael Cruz, right? Always remember, I'm doing that in response to every single time Trump goes Barack Hussein Obama. Every time when he talks about Jon Stewart, he says John Leibowitz, right? If you're going to sit here and dead name someone, right? Especially when your family name is Jerome,
right,
right? From Germany, Jews from Germany, right? Just going to do it right back. So if you're
right.
going to come after me, at least know the history of why I'm doing it, and be
Well,
educated in how
and I
stupid
also think
we're
that you're doing
doing.
it because you do have experiences, know of experiences where people who are of my shade, who work with a large number of Hispanic people,
Yeah.
refer to Black people as the N word or as the Spanish slur for Black people.
Right.
And so that's why I think that you're taking that stance. And there's also been Latino
Yes.
officers recorded using the N word slur against
Yes.
other officers.
Or
I
ICE
mean,
agents calling out other
yes,
Latin people while they
yeah,
also have an accent.
exactly.
So that's why I'm
Um,
doing that. But
so I know why you're doing it. I don't want people to misconstrue it. Again, these are candid
yeah,
conversations that we're having and we're just letting people in on them. But I want to talk about, I think the final thing that we'll probably get to is I want to talk about the young man who threw himself overboard on the USS Lincoln. I want to talk about those service members who've been stuck
think,
out to sea for
uh,
250 days.
yep.
Um,
If, I think we can do that because I think that's a big thing we can
do
talk
you
about
want to
another
make it
time.
a larger? Okay,
I
look,
think,
because I can go after
yeah,
he who gives head to Seth in the
yeah,
next 2 minutes. I because
because
that's just
I think
disgraceful.
this last bit I also want to shine
Okay.
more of our more of your party of the people. Lauren Boebert's son, Lauren Boebert.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
Um,
Yes.
You know, we want to talk about dead naming people. I'm going to also dead career her. That escort's son is,
Yes, she
excuse me,
was an escort.
that former escort's son, who is out of jail now, but was arrested in charges of sexual exploitation of a child. Right, and his name is Tyler Gilbert, and he has had a past. He has repeated vehicle thefts in his records, and careless driving that just got down to a plea deal. Um, on top of another number of thefts and this, that, and the third, you know. Um, so Lauren Boebert, the former escort, who said that uh, she's anti-tranny and that trans people are pedophiles. Your son is a sexual offender. He's virtually a rapist,
He's
right?
alleged. He's alleged. He has not been convicted yet. He's alleged.
Sure, but I mean, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if somehow he's in the Epstein files. That's a joke,
Look,
but you know,
Lauren's husband was over the age and she was under the age when they
yeah.
first started. So it's clearly a tainted bloodline.
So just wanted to get that last one in there before we go. We'll see y'all next
All right,
episode.
thank you. Peace.